This is the new moon in Aquarius at 9 degrees and it's in your 11th house. So if you look at that up there in the top left-hand corner, the new moon is conjunct Mercury. It's conjunct Pluto, but all it's doing is making a trine to Jupiter in Gemini in your 11th house, which is really, really positive. We don't get many full moons that, have this like mostly helpful and beneficial supporting aspects. But in any case, a new moon is about a new chapter taking place, a new beginning taking place. So this indicates that with it being in your 11th house, you may be having the opportunity to make new friends, to attend a social event or engagement, or perhaps you will be planning something yourself. The 11th house relates to our wider network as well as communities. So this can see you intending to get more involved with your community, or maybe you're seeing that there are opportunities on the horizon to do as much. Others of you may be planting the seeds to generate some kind of passive form of income or residual form of income. So remember, new moons are about planting those seeds, not necessarily seeing the fruits of our labor just yet. So, whatever you're starting around the 29th of January, plus or minus 1 to 2 weeks, so either side of that new moon, you can see results start to take place maybe as early as a month, because that's, how long it takes for a lunar cycle to be complete, so 29 days. Or maybe you're even looking to the first full moon in Aquarius, which will be 6 months, or the subsequent full moon in Aquarius, which is 18 months from now. Of course, that doesn't have to be the timing though. And lastly, with this one, because it is trining Jupiter in Gemini in your 3rd house, to me this indicates that maybe this is about upskilling, learning something new, planning to get an apprenticeship or some kind of new qualification, or learn something new. Maybe this is about learning something online, or perhaps putting together some online educational content yourself. So Aries, that's all I have for January. And once more, if you are interested in purchasing your 2025 horoscope, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content on the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks, Aries. And now let's move on to Taurus. On the 29th of January, there will be a new moon in Aquarius in your 10th house at 9 degrees. And if you look at this new moon, it's conjunct Mercury, it's conjunct Pluto, and it's making a very close trine to Jupiter in Gemini in your 2nd house. So new moons are about a new chapter, a new start, planting new seeds that we want to see, basically take root and produce or yield results in the future. So the 10th house is all about your career, your public life, your public profile and persona. Okay, it's not just career, it also relates to statuses of all kinds: property status, relationship status, government status, employment status, did I say relationship status? I think so. And even parental status too. So this can indicate that you're planting the seeds for something new in one of these departments. Maybe wanting to start a new job, apply for a promotion, start your own business, take on more leadership, or let's say responsibilities, or a leadership position at work. On a different note, if you are in a relationship, this can indicate that you and your significant other are maybe making plans to get married with that 9 degrees there, or plans to travel, or to start a business. And maybe this is to do with import and export with that 9 degrees. And I say business because the new moon is conjunct Mercury, and that rules over all kinds of, business ventures and ideas and what have you. On a different note, this can see you wanting to create a legacy or contribute something to your legacy. So also with this one, with the trine to Jupiter in your second house, this indicates that there's a financial component here, or something that relates to earning more money, increasing your income, procuring new resources, or potentially looking at making a big investment, especially because Jupiter is here and Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So this new moon is at 9 degrees. That means it's squaring Taurus, sun, moon, and risings. And the Taurians who will feel it the most would be those around 9 degrees. Even 1 degrees, I would say, just because we've got, Pluto and Mercury around there. So 1 degrees up to about 14 degrees Taurus, sun, moon, and risings, you'll be feeling it the most. And once more, Taurus, just a reminder that you can purchase your 2025 yearly horoscopes by using the link in the description box below. Anyway, Taurus, that's all I have for you for January 2025. If you enjoyed this horoscope, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, and have a great 2025, and I'll be seeing you guys next month. So now let's move on to Gemini. Now, on the 29th of January, let's change screens here. There's a new moon in Aquarius taking place. This is at 9 degrees and it's in your 9th house. So it's trining you. And look, it's making a very close trine to Jupiter in Gemini in your 1st house, which is super duper positive. And this particular new moon is conjunct Mercury, which is your ruling planet, and it's also conjunct Pluto. So the 9th house rules over our belief systems, religious, political, spiritual, as well as our moral compass and our personal code of ethics. It rules over import and export. It rules over publishing. It rules over our big goals for the future. Yes, the 11th house is related to our big goals as well, but the 9th house is like your vision for your future. What would you be doing if money wasn't an object? What would you be doing if you didn't care what other people thought of you? Okay, so the new moon here in your 9th house, making all of this, well, all of these positive aspects and conjunct your chart ruler, indicates that this is at the forefront of your mind around the 29th of January. Again, plus or minus 1 to 2 weeks. So we're looking at mid-Jan to mid-Feb. So some of you may be looking at writing a book, getting published, starting a business that involves import and export, booking a ticket overseas, anything to do with travel, maybe applying for an international passport or permanent residency. Some of you may be initiating new legal proceedings for one reason or another. The 9th house is also related to marriage, and so is Jupiter, and this is, trining Jupiter in Gemini in your 1st house. So this could be, for some of you, maybe planning a proposal or getting engaged around this time, or having important conversations about marriage. And it doesn't just have to be marriage, you guys. This can also be about your relationship. Where is it going? What's in our future? And the reason why I'm talking about relationships is because Jupiter, the new moon trining Jupiter, is bringing up 7th house influences, because Jupiter rules over your 7th house, which represents love, partnerships, relationships, and marriage. Okay, so, well, the 7th house isn't so much love, but it's your relationship. Okay, so again, exciting new moon with big goals and big dreams coming up. Some of you may be having a change when it comes to your religious outlook on life, your beliefs, or maybe getting more involved with your local church or temple, or just exploring religion further, or spirituality as well. Okay, Gemini, so that's all I have for you for your January horoscope. If you enjoyed this video, Gemini, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, and wishing you guys so many blessings for 2025. And now let's move on to Cancer. On the 29th of January, let's change screens now. There we go. Oh, gee, that's a lot smaller. Can I make that bigger? Yes, I can. There will be a new moon in Aquarius, and this will be at 9 degrees in your 8th house. New moons are all about a new beginning taking place, a new chapter. We're planting the seeds for something new. Because it's in your 8th house, this indicates that it's to do with mutual resources. Maybe you're opening a new bank account with another person. Maybe you are going to be applying to receive child support money, alimony money, or spousal support money. Maybe someone is agreeing to help you financially or with their resources. Maybe you are opening a new business with another person, or you are perhaps even, let's say, offering new services or something to do with work, which allows you to earn more money or earn money in new ways. The 8th house is related to sex, vulnerability, and intimacy. So some of you may be starting a new sexual relationship during this time, or if you're already in a relationship, this can see you taking your intimate life or your sex life to a different level. And for others of you, this can see you just feeling more close with your partner, or maybe looking at going into therapy with your significant other. It doesn't even have to be with your significant other. Maybe you're just looking at different healing modalities, or looking at, let's say, getting some sort of additional support. So maybe this is, with a psychologist or therapist, or maybe even looking at studying astrology or something to do with the occult. So Cancer, for the new moon in Aquarius, that energy will be with you 1 to 2 weeks before the new moon and 1 to 2 weeks after. So we're looking at mid-January to mid-February. So Cancer, that's all I have for you for January. If you enjoyed this horoscope, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. And now I'm going to move on to Leo. Okay, so then Leo, on the 29th of January, there's a new moon in Aquarius at 9 degrees. And of course, this is going to be in your 7th house. So it's opposite you. The Leos who will be the most affected would be those even as early as 1 or 2 degrees, because we've got, Pluto and Mercury there. So let's say 1 degrees up to 14 degrees Leo. You'll be feeling it the most. So the 7th house relates to partnerships of all kinds, romantic, our long-term relationship, marriage, business partners, as well as client relationships, and even friendships and sales and contracts, and so on and so forth. And if you have a look at this new moon, it's actually making a really close trine to Jupiter in Gemini, which is in your 11th house, which helps to, bring blessings and abundance to this new beginning or this new chapter that's taking place. So for some of you, you may be looking to enter into an exclusive relationship. You may be looking at getting engaged, plans. There may be plans to get married. You and your significant other could be looking at going into business together with that conjunction to Mercury and Pluto. And maybe you and your significant other are looking at going overseas together around this time. So plus or minus 1 or 2 weeks So this is, let's say, mid-January to mid-February. So maybe you're buying tickets around this time or planning a trip around that time. Some of you may be going into business with another person, or if you already have a business partner, maybe this is like, you know, taking your business to a new level or exploring some kind of new dynamic. There could be an important new client relationship that takes place. And also, you could be looking at signing important contracts that have some kind of legal component or legal nature to it. So it's like, let's say, official documentation in some capacity. And so lastly, Leo, I just wanted to let you know that I do have my 2025 yearly horoscopes available for sale. So you can invest in yours, whether you're a Leo sun, moon, or rising, although the rising sign does tend to be the most accurate overall. In any case, Leo, thank you so much for watching your January horoscope. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. And now I'm going to move on to Virgo. The new moon in Aquarius is taking place on the 29th of January, and this will be in your 6th house at 9 degrees. So this new moon is conjunct Pluto and Mercury. Okay, so Mercury we give quite a wide orb because it is one of the, it is the fastest moving planet. Okay, so Mercury is your chart ruler. So this eclipse is somehow impacting you. The 6th house is work, daily habits, health, pets, debts, and conflictual situations. But this new moon is making a positive aspect. Look at that massive trine from all these 4 planets in Aquarius to Jupiter and Gemini in your 10th house. Okay, this is very exciting stuff. I think for many Virgos, this is indicative of new health habits, new daily habits and routines that are helpful, beneficial, and positive in nature. For others of you, new work, new employees, a new job could be, coming through here, maybe getting a promotion, maybe taking on more responsibility, maybe looking at expanding your business somehow. Some of you could be getting a new pet, or there could be a positive development when it comes to your relationship with your pet or the lives of one of your pet or your pets in general. And, for others of you, this can see there being a positive turn for the better when it comes to your health or some kind of health treatment or health modality that you want to explore and embark on. I repeat, new moons are about new beginnings and a new chapter taking place. So this is about planting those seeds, setting those intentions, putting those feelers out, and watering these seeds that you've planted, metaphorically speaking, and watching them grow. So that new moon energy will be with you 1 to 2 weeks before the new moon and 1 to 2 weeks after. So we are looking at mid-January until mid-February. So Virgo, I hope you enjoyed your January horoscope. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in my February horoscope. On the 29th of January, there will be a new moon in Aquarius at 9 degrees, and this one's going to be in your 5th house. Yay. It is going to be trining Jupiter in Gemini in your 9th house, and more importantly, it's going to be trining you as a Libra. And look, it's, only really making good aspects. It's conjunct Mercury, it's conjunct Pluto, but all of it, a lot of it is trining Jupiter in Gemini, and Jupiter is trining you in turn. So the 5th house is love, romance, children, sex, creative hobbies and passions, as well as owning your own business. So because it's a new moon, this is like starting something new or planting new seeds. So you may be entering a new relationship, taking casual dating to a new level, maybe just developing a crush on someone. Trust, Libra energy. If you are in a relationship already, maybe this is making important plans with your significant other. With 9 degrees, maybe this is about travel, maybe this is about doing long distance, maybe this is to do with education and learning something together, or even just like your vision for your future and perhaps getting onto the same page. Some of you may be looking at starting a business or expanding your existing business further, or even just like discovering a hobby or a passion that you're really excited about. And that trine to Jupiter in Gemini in your 9th house. So we've got 9 degrees, which is 9th house energy, and then the 9th house, which is the 9th house itself. This is very like Sagittarian energy: import, export, going big, expansion, optimism, adventure, travel, belief systems, education, spirituality, religion, blah, 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 blah. You know, all of this stuff can be coming up for you in one way or another, whether you're learning about this stuff, incorporating it into your business or a creative project or a passion, or, you know, just these topics coming up with you and your significant other, or even you and your child. Oh, it'd be remiss of me not to mention that this could indicate that you are maybe looking at starting a family, conceiving, you know, getting pregnant, and so on and so forth. So really exciting stuff, Libra. And lastly, I just wanted to mention that my 2025 yearly horoscopes are finally available for sale. I'm just trying to get out of the way here. So I put untold amounts of effort and time into the curation and the production of each and every horoscope. They are all 2 to 2.5 hours long each. These are video horoscopes, and I go through a very comprehensive breakdown and analysis of the astrological transits and activity of 2025. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. And in any case, I will see you in February next month. Thanks, Libra. On the 29th of January, there will be a new moon in Aquarius, okay? So this will be in your 4th house at 9 degrees. Forgot to say, with the full moon, the energy of that full moon will be with you, or could be with you, 1 to 2 weeks before or after the full moon, which means basically the whole of January. With the new moon in Aquarius, this energy can be with you 1 to 2 weeks before to 1 to 2 weeks after. So from around after the full moon to mid-February. Okay, so a new moon is about planting the seeds. A new moon is about setting intentions, you know, doing something new, and basically it's like a new chapter starting. It's a new beginning, but it's like those nascent beginnings, like something's just burgeoning. It's not like fully fledged and yielding results. Okay, so the 4th house relates to family, property, and living circumstances, as well as your emotional health and well-being. So this new moon is conjunct Mercury and conjunct Pluto, and Pluto is, of course, one of your ruling planets. So it will be trining Jupiter in Gemini in your 8th house at 11 degrees. This is a very close trine to the new moon, which we love to see. And ultimately, you know, this can play out on a few different levels. You may be looking to buy, looking to sell, looking to relocate, looking to purchase an investment property, looking to get new tenants in, looking to expand your property. Maybe 9 degrees is interstate and abroad. So you could be looking to buy or relocate interstate or internationally. You may be planning to move in with someone, or someone may be planning to move in with you. And I do feel that this would involve some kind of interstate or international territory, here, or perhaps you're finding out that someone in your family that you live with will be relocating interstate or abroad. On a different level, this can see you making plans to move in with your significant other, or, you know, for those of you who are already with your partner and living together, maybe you and your partner are looking at living abroad for a period of time, or starting a family, or expanding your family further. All of that aside, this could relate to a new chapter starting with respect to your relationship with your parents. So this new moon could relate to you basically experiencing a new chapter when it comes to your relationship with your family, especially with your parents or whoever was the primary caregiver in your life. And for others of you, you could just develop an interest in wanting to know more about your family, your ancestry, your lineage, you know, the lives of your grandparents or your great grandparents, or, you know, whatever your whatever the country was that they originated from or that you have roots in. Okay, Scorpio. So lastly, if you're interested in finding out about the energies of 2025, I do actually have my 2025 yearly horoscopes available for sale. So each horoscope is 2 to 2.5 hours in length, and you can invest in yours for your rising sun or moon sign. In any case, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed your January horoscope. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Take care, and now let's move on to Sagittarius. The new moon in Aquarius is at 9 degrees. It's in your 3rd house. It's conjunct Mercury. It's conjunct Pluto. And it's trine Jupiter in Gemini in your 7th house at 11 degrees. Yay! Jupiter is your ruling planet. This new moon is only making that one massive trine positive aspect to your ruling planet. So something's going right. Something's going good for you guys. And this can indicate that you may be learning something new, enrolling in an education program, producing educational content, going into business with another person, or taking your existing business to another level. Maybe buying or selling a new vehicle, well, a vehicle, doesn't have to be new. And because we've got this new moon occurring in your 3rd house, this also indicates that neighborly energy, okay? So you could be making friends with your neighbors, meeting people in your local community, doing something or involving yourself in your local community somehow, making a new friend or forming a new friendship group, maybe joining some kind of class with other people, because the 3rd house rules over things like, you know, group work and classes. So it's a really exciting way to end the month, Sagittarius. And with this new moon, the energy of it will be with you 1 to 2 weeks before and 1 to 2 weeks after the 29th of January. So pretty much any time after the full moon in Cancer through till mid-February. Okay, so Sagittarius, that's all I have for you for January 2025. If you enjoyed this horoscope, please give it a thumbs up for me. If you want to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Have a blessed 2025. I hope that is full of abundance and love and prosperity and peace and adventure and travel, because you Sagittarians love that. And now I'm going to move on to Capricorn. Now on the 29th of January, just change the screen here, we're now looking at the new moon in Aquarius. So this will be in your 2nd house, okay? And this will be at 9 degrees, right? So a new moon is all about a new chapter taking place. We're planting the seeds. We're wanting to see something new enter into our lives. So ultimately, this, because it's in the 2nd house, this can see you generating a new stream of income, looking at how you can increase your income, increase your salary. Maybe you are purchasing something like, you know, more resources or investing in something. Maybe it's cryptocurrency because of all of this Aquarius energy. This new moon is conjunct Mercury and Pluto, and it is making one big fat trine to Jupiter in Gemini, which we love to see, and that's in your 6th house. Okay, so this could see you being successful in being approved for a home loan, or maybe a loan for a business. For others of you, you may be looking to start a business because this new moon is conjunct Mercury, and you know, the trine to Jupiter is in your 6th house, which relates to work. So maybe you're wanting to sell new products, or perhaps you're looking at developing a product or creating something, and again, like starting this business. Again, I do think it has some kind of online component or element to it, or perhaps this relates to a new social media account, and maybe this is to do with finances, resources, crypto, or something to do with the 2nd house, like food, farming, hair, makeup, beauty, etc., etc. So with that new moon energy, we are looking at the 1 to 2 weeks before to 1 to 2 weeks after. So anytime after the full moon in Cancer, so mid-January through till mid-February. And lastly, I was going to say Aquarius. Lastly, Capricorn, I have finally completed my 2025 yearly horoscopes. So if you're wanting to purchase your horoscope, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description box below. 2025 is just off the charts when it comes to pretty much a paradigm shift on all of these different levels, because we've got Neptune entering Aries for the first time in 165 years, Saturn entering Aries for the first time in nearly 30 years, Uranus entering Gemini for the first time in 84 years. We've got a nodal shift. We've got Jupiter entering Cancer. That's probably one of the biggest ones for you. This is going to be really, really positive for your love life and for your relationships to have Jupiter go through the 7th house. Of course, Saturn is your ruling planet. So to have Saturn changing signs indicates that in 2025, you'll get a preview as to what the next 2.5, 3 years are about. So you can watch for your rising sun or moon sign. I do recommend investing in all 3, but if you're only going to invest in one, then I would start with your rising sign. So Capricorn, thank you for watching your horoscope. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Enjoy your month ahead and your year ahead, Capricorn. And now I'm going to move on to Aquarius. So on the 29th of January, there will be a new moon in Aquarius in your 3rd house. And this will be at, sorry, not 3rd house, in your 1st house. And this will be at 9 degrees. And this particular new moon is making an enormous trine to Jupiter in Gemini in your 5th house, and it is conjunct Mercury and Pluto as well. So it's only making the one aspect, and it's to Jupiter, which is the greater benefic, which brings abundance, prosperity, optimism, wealth, and all kinds of good stuff, essentially. So when we have a new moon in our sign, first of all, this represents a new chapter that is starting, that's important and basically centric to us. But the Aquarians who will feel it the most will be those at 9 degrees. And I would say even 1 degrees, 2 degrees, given that we've got Pluto and Mercury there, up until about 14 degrees. But again, like bingo if you're 9 degrees on the button. So this can indicate that you are setting new goals for yourself, maybe wanting to start a new business, maybe looking at making some new friendships. Some of you could be looking at getting involved in education on account of it being 9 degrees, which is the Sagittarius degree, and the conjunction to Mercury, which is one of the planets associated with learning, and then the trine to Jupiter is, again, learning and education. Maybe you are looking at facilitating some kind of interstate or international trip. Maybe you know, this can involve a road trip with Mercury here, or traveling with siblings or potentially friends as well. Because we've got a new moon in your first house and it's trining Jupiter in your fifth house, this could indicate a new romantic development happening, and maybe this is with someone that you study with, or someone that is of a different cultural background to you, or who you meet while you are abroad. In any case, I do think that there will be some kind of pivotal shift in your mindset, in your goals, in your demeanor, and just honestly even in your energetic aura and just the feeling about you. This is just a very positive new moon, and it looks very liberating and very freeing. So the energy of this new moon will be with you 1 to 2 weeks before. Okay, so let's say anytime after the full moon in Cancer, and up to 1 to 2 weeks after. So let's say up until around mid-February. So Aquarius, thank you so much for watching your horoscope. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. In any case, enjoy your month ahead, and I'll see you guys in February. So on the 29th of January, there will be a new moon in Aquarius, and this will be at 12 degrees in your 9 degrees in your 12th house. So new moons are about a new chapter taking place in our life, a new beginning. We're planting the seeds, we're setting intentions, we're putting, you know, the wheels in motion and the plans in place. The 12th house relates to our spiritual side. Okay, it's inner work, meditation, yoga, anything esoteric in nature. And it also is a really creative house. So it relates to music, the fine arts, painting, drawing, creative writing, poetry, etc. So this can see you starting a new project, perhaps, that relates to something creative in nature. So you could look at writing a book, or starting a new painting or art piece, or acting in a movie or a film, or maybe getting into photography or filmography. On a different level, this can see you maybe looking at attending a spiritual retreat or planning a spiritual retreat. Or you could be exploring meditation or exploring yoga. In any case, you know, this is a beautiful new moon because it is making this lovely trine to Jupiter in Gemini in your 4th house. So on an internal level, maybe this relates to you going through a period of deep emotional healing, especially as it relates to childhood wounds or family dynamics. And so with this new moon, the energy will be with you 1 to 2 weeks before the new moon and 1 to 2 weeks after. So anytime after the full moon, okay, so from about mid-January through till mid-February, you can be experiencing these effects or seeing what sort of new chapter is taking place in your life. And so Pisces, thank you so much for watching your January horoscope. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. In any case, have a blessed and beautiful year ahead for 2025, and I'll see you guys in my next video.